The air carries a faint chill tonight, brushing against your skin like a soft, worn flannel shirt, familiar and cool to the touch. You're standing by the edge of a quiet dirt road, the earth beneath your boots gritty yet yielding, each step pressing into the soil with a subtle crunch. In the distance, the low hum of an old truck engine rumbles to life, a steady pulse weaving through the stillness, its sound rolling over the hills like a heartbeat you've always known. The faint rustling of leaves brushes the ground nearby, stirred by a gentle breeze that lifts the scent of pine and gasoline into the crisp evening air. Shadows shift as the last light of day spills across the horizon, painting the gravel in hues of amber and gold, then softening into a silver glow beneath the rising moon. The truck's headlights flicker faintly through the trees, a warm promise hovering just out of sight, stirring something deep within a memory, perhaps, or a presence you can't yet name. The wind sighs again, carrying the distant echo of a familiar sound, a low growl of tires on loose stone, a rhythm that feels like it's been waiting for you. Overhead, a single star blinks into view, sharp against the sprawling sky, and the air settles, thick with the weight of quiet anticipation. That hum grows nearer now, steady and sure, threading through the layers of dusk, leaves whispering, gravel shifting, the coolness kissing your fingertips. It's as if the night itself is reaching out, hinting at something tender, something lost yet close, lingering just beyond the curve of the road. There's a heaviness in your chest tonight, isn't there? A quiet ache that settles in when you think of those simpler times, days when the world felt lighter, when the roar of that old truck meant freedom, not just a memory. You can still see it. The way the sun caught the chipped red paint, how the steering wheel felt solid under your hands, the open window letting in the rush of summer air against your face. Those rides down back roads, dust kicking up behind you, radio crackling with a song you hum without thinking. Those moments slip through your fingers now, don't they? The years have piled on, and with them, the weight of what's changed. Tasks that once came easy, tossing a toolbox in the bed, revving the engine without a second thought, feel distant, like they belong to someone else. You catch yourself in the mirror sometimes, lines etched deeper, and there's a flicker of longing for the man who didn't carry this fatigue, this quiet regret. The nights stretch longer now, restless, and that familiar hum feels like a ghost drifting at the edges of your mind, calling softly, yet never quite clear. Maybe it's the sound of gravel under tires, or the echo of laughter from a passenger seat long empty. Something stirs there, teasing at your awareness, a voice or a moment you can't pin down. You've lost that ease, haven't you? The way time used to stretch endless before you, the road unspooling without hurry, the weight of tomorrow held at bay by the steady thrum of an engine you trusted. It's not just the truck that's faded, it's the certainty, the simplicity, the way life felt like it fit just right. And yet, that hum lingers, faint but persistent, threading through the ache, hinting at something still reaching for you across the years. The truck rolls into view now, its weathered frame creaking softly as it slows, headlights casting a golden arc across the gravel. The door swings open, and there he is, your confidant from memory, stepping out with a warm, knowing smile, his voice a low murmur against the night's chorus of crickets and rustling branches. Been a while, hasn't it? He says, soft and close, the sound blending with the faint clink of keys dangling from his hand. He leans against the hood, the metal cool beneath his touch, and the air fills with the earthy scent of oil and sun-warmed leather drifting from the cab. Climb in, he whispers, and suddenly you're there, back in that first ride, the one where the sun hung low and the fields blurred gold outside the window. The seat creaks under you, worn fabric brushing your palms, and the engine purrs alive, a steady vibration humming through your bones. You hear the crunch of gravel as he shifts gears, the faint whistle of wind slipping through a cracked window, carrying the tang of cut grass from a summer long past. Then another memory unfolds, a late night drive, stars thick overhead, the dashboard glowing soft green as he tells you a story, his voice weaving through the distant call of an owl, the warmth of his laughter settling into the stillness. The tires hum over a bridge, water rippling below, and you feel the cool mist faintly on your skin, a fleeting touch from that night you forgot you'd held so close. And then there's that day, the one he's been leading you to. The truck parked by the lake, engine ticking as it cooled, the air thick with the scent of pine and water. You sat there, feet on the dash, the world quiet save for the lapping waves and his steady breathing beside you. You were strong then, he says now, his voice a gentle thread through the rustling leaves outside. Stronger than you know. The suspense unravels here, that moment by the lake shimmering into focus, a time when ease wasn't just a dream, when the truck carried you effortlessly into a night that felt like it'd never end. Feel that, your confidant murmurs, his voice wrapping around you like the faint warmth of the breeze slipping through the open window. That ease, it's still yours. He shifts closer, the truck's engine idling low, a soothing pulse beneath his words. I know it's heavy, carrying all those years, all that slipped away. But you're still here, still rolling forward. His tone lifts, gentle yet firm, spreading hope through the quiet. Those simpler times, they're not gone. Not really. They've just shifted, settled into you like the hum of this old engine, steady even when the road gets rough. The air cools as the night deepens, the distant rustling of leaves brushing the ground like a soft echo of his promise. That day by the lake comes back sharper now, the way the water caught the moonlight, the truck's frame cradling you as sleep tugged at your edges. You drifted off so easy then, he says, and you can again. That peace isn't lost, it's waiting, tucked into these memories, ready to carry you through. His words stretch out, wise and slow, unfolding across the stillness. Nostalgia's a funny thing. It aches because it matters, because it shaped you. But it's not a weight to drag you down. It's a map, showing you what you're made of: grit, heart, the kind of strength that doesn't fade, even when the paint does. The truck's hum softens, blending with the faint trickle of a stream beyond the trees, and he leans back, voice dipping into a deeper calm. Time doesn't steal from us, it builds. Every mile you drove, every laugh we shared, it's all still running through you, like oil keeping this engine alive. You're not less for what's past, you're more. The suspense resolves fully here, that lake memory glowing bright, a night when sleep came like a friend, when the world felt right, and you knew you wake to another day just as good. Let it lull you now, he whispers. Let it hum you down that road again. The air brushes your skin, cool and tender, tying back to that first starlit chill. And his insight lingers. Resilience isn't loud. It's this quiet rhythm, this familiar drift into peace, carrying you toward a sleep as deep as those old nights. The truck slows now, tires whispering over the gravel as the engine's hum fades into a soft, steady breath. Your confidence voice drifts closer, warm and fatting, like the last glow of headlights slipping behind the trees. We've ridden a long way tonight, he says, the words settling into the night's embrace, the faint rustling of leaves curling around them. The air feels softer now, heavy with the scent of earth and pine, the coolness of the breeze brushing your skin one last time. The sky stretches wide above, stars flickering like old friends, and the truck's frame creaks gently, a final sigh as it rests. You've got all you need right here, he murmurs, his presence easing away like a slow exhale, leaving the distant trickle of water and the whisper of wind to cradle you. The road lies still now, bathed in moonlight, its gravel glinting faintly as if holding every mile you've traveled. Sleep waiting for you, just like it always did, easy, familiar, yours. The world quiets further, the hum of memory blending into the night's pulse, and you feel it, that deep, fond peace, wrapping around you like the worn seat of that old truck, Rest now, he says, voice a tender thread fatting into the rustle of leaves, the soft glow of dusk long gone. The journey lingers in your chest, warm and complete, a quiet strength to carry you off. Tell me of a moment that lingers in your heart. His whisper echoes faintly, inviting you to share below as the night folds over you, serene and whole. Good night, old friend, he breathes, and the silence blooms, vast and calm, leaving you drifting, safe in the familiar hum of a ride well taken.